In previous video, we have learnt some algebraic operations over sets. Today, here I have written some simple but useful results which we will require in problem. Some results regarding union and intersection. A union A equals A. Just see once this result and try to justify in your mind why this is true. Simply A union A, we will combine the family of set A and set A. Obviously, this will be A. Similarly, A union phi. Phi have no element, therefore we will combine these two families. This will give only set A. A union universal set U. U is, this is universal set. A union U equals U. You can understand that A is fully contained in U. Therefore, if we write the element of U, so it's okay. This will give also the element of A, that is joint family of these two will be this. A union B equals B union A. If we combine the family of A and B or combine the family of B and A, consequently, what will be the result? Actually, we will find a set having the elements of both A and B in joint venture. Similarly, A union B union C. Actually, this is called the distributive property. You know, for fundamental algebraic operation, in that operation only multiplication distributes over addition and over subtraction. This can be written as, let here be B and C, different number. This will be equal to AB plus minus then minus AC. This is called operation of multiplication distributes over addition or over subtraction. You can understand remaining no any operation distributes over other. For instance, if we take whether plus distributes over multiplication, so we will write if this can be written as A plus B. A is distributed with sign addition with B and multiplied by A distributes over C, means A plus C. Obviously this is wrong. Therefore we can say plus operation does not distribute over multiplication. Means in algebraic operation only multiplication distributes over addition or over subtraction. So if we compare from this one, this is a very peculiar property that union. What is union? What is union? Union is also operation. So here we find that union distributes over union. One operation distributes over itself. We can understand this will give joint family of A, B and C. This will also give joint family of A, B and C. We have joined the family of A and B and again joined the family of A and C and then joined both family. Ultimately, we will find joint family of A, B and C. A union B equals B. Just I have written a result. If A union B equals B, so this implies A is subset of B. You can conclude if A union B is equal to B, it means all the elements of A are also the element of B. Only then this will be equal to B. In return, if A is subset of B, then in reverse, this implies A union B will be B. Just justify in your mind this result. Similarly, intersection A equals A intersection phi equals phi. A and phi will have no common element because phi have no element. A intersection A, all elements are common. Similarly, A intersection universal set. You know every element of A is also element of universal set. Therefore, A intersection universal set will be A because all elements of A will be common with U. Again, just like union distributes over union, similarly intersection distributes over intersection. You can understand. First we find intersection of B and C and then we find intersection with A. Here we find intersection of A and B, then A and C and then intersection of these two. Ultimately we will find such elements which will be present in all of the three sets A, B and C. A intersection B equals A. If A intersection B equals A, it means all the elements of A are also the elements of B, which in return imply A is subset of B. In reverse, this will also imply this. If A is subset of B, Then if we find A intersection B, then that set will be A, because all elements of A are common with B. On the right side I have written a result. In this result there are four results. Four results. These two, first and third, we have seen already. All the four I have written at the same place only to notice that we can say operation of union and intersection either of operations union or intersection distributes over itself or over other. Just I have told you what is the distributive property. So these four results can be said in a single sentence like this. Either of the two operations means either union or intersection. Either of the both will distribute over itself, it means union over union, or over other, it means union over intersection, intersection over union. This is very interesting result. In four fundamental algebraic operation, never such type of event happen. You know multiplication distributes over addition, but addition does not distribute over multiplication. But here union distributes over intersection, and intersection also distributes over union. I will discuss this later in some more words, but this time you try to establish this and this results using Venn diagram. First, trace Venn diagram of this. You can trace in the single step or two steps or three steps as you can, and using Venn diagram this step, and then compare both result will have same region shaded, same shaded region. Okay. Or I discuss today this and this. You know union equivalent to OR. If union is put between two sets, this implies elements of either this or that. And intersection stands for AND. Therefore, it would be better for us to understand that operation of OR distributes over operation of AND. Although OR and are not operations, but in any context, if we use OR, our DMARC operates. If OR is between these two, it means either this or that. And if AND is between these two, it means this and this also, both simultaneously. We try to understand whether OR distributes over AND. How we will understand it? To let I am taking a statement X or Y and Z. Don't worry what is the X, what is the Y, what is Z. It doesn't matter. But say if situation is like this, we have to perform a work, and that work will be done if this is valid. It means X may be a person, Y may be a person, Z may be a person, and our work will be done if this happens. That is, a person X comes or y and z come. Maybe a situation. If we distribute or over and, then this statement will be written as x or y and x or z. I have written on right side this x or y in between and x or z. That is the I have distributed or over and. Now take situation. How will we understand that this distributive property is true or not? We will have 8 different situations. First of all, try to understand this. We have 3 things, x, y, z. 3 phenomena, whatever you tell, 3 person, 3 matter. Every matter, everything can be happen in 2 different ways. Either it will happen or it will not happen. If x is a person, then either person will come or person will not come. If yes, then I have taken symbol this. If no, then I have taken symbol like this cross. This correct symbol and the cross symbol. Wrong, false. If I have written here this symbol, it means x happens. Whatever be the x. If x is person, he has to come, so then x comes. And if we write cross, it means x does not happen. X, if x is a person, x does not come. So you can understand x has 2 situations, y has 2 situations, z has 2 situations. Therefore, for any one situation of x, for instance, take x is correct, it means x happens. Then there may be 4 situations due to y and z. Both happens, this happens, this does not happen, this does not happen, this does not happen, this happens, both of this not happens. So initially I have taken all the 4 different cases, correct, 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 and next 4 cross, cross, cross. And here these 4 you have understood before, and again these 4. See, same, like this. There are 8 possibilities, and we try to understand truth value of this, and then this. First this. Now understand this statement, x or y and z. How it will happen? Either left side, which is left side of or, this happens, or right side of or, this happens. That is, x happens or y and z happens. Randomly I am taking some situation. Let x does not happen. X does not happen. Then we can conclude then the phenomena will happen only when y and z both happens. But if x happens, then no problem about y and z, whether y and z both or either happen or does not happen. After all, the phenomena will happen because x happens. So whenever x is correct, then we can say these all are correct. Now, if x is not correct, that is, the x does not happen, then see this, y and z happens. It means if x does not happen, then both of y and z happens. This is the situation. This will also happen. But x does not happen, y happens, z does not happen. X does not happen means this situation is deleted due to x. This phenomenon will not happen. And this side y happens, but z does not happen. I am saying this situation. So therefore this will not happen. That is it. This will be like this. Similarly, y does not happen, z happens, x does not happen. You can understand. Any of the 3 does not happen. Cross. This is truth table of x or y and z. Now, for all the corresponding situation, we write truth table of this. Now, first of all, understand this. When it will happen? So connecting word is and, therefore x or y happen and x or z happen. Means this side and this side both should happen because connecting word is and. Now first case, x happens. Imagine if x happens, whatever be about y and z. If x happens, then before and after and both phenomena happens because x is in this and x is also in this. So due to x, both sides of and will happen. That is, if x yes, so this will be yes. Therefore, in how many? Four situation we can say correct only due to x. We don't need to see y and z. Okay. Now if x does not happen, see this. If x does not happen, it means this cannot be valid due to x. This cannot be valid due to x. Now, because these two are connected with or, it means if x does not happen, then x or y will not happen. This is wrong. If x does not happen but y happen, so then this will happen. Next situation, y happens. Therefore, we can say this happens. The phrase before and happens, and z also happens. Z is also correct. Therefore, the phrasal word after and, this will also happen. You are understanding, no? Y happens and z happens, x does not happen. It means this happened because y is happening, this happened because z is happening. Connecting word is or in bracket. Therefore, this will also be correct. Now x does not happen, y happen, z does not happen. It means x does not happen means y happen means this happens, but z does not happen, x does not happen. It means this does not happen. And connecting word is and, this happens, this does not happen. Means this will be false. Means will not happen in this case. Similarly, you can see if y does not happen, x does not happen, so then this will not happen. Only this happen. This will also be wrong. And in this case, obviously, this will be wrong. Neither of x, this or this is happening. Now compare the truth table of these two in all 8 situations. Whenever these are correct, then these are also correct. Whenever these are false, these are also false. Means we have understood that operation of or distributes over and. Just like A union B intersection C, A or B and C. So this will imply A union B and A union C. Just like this, try to understand operation of and distributes over operation of or. Make yourself the truth table, these 8 situations. Once you have to write the truth table of x and y or z, and here x and y, here or x and z. You will find that whenever truth table in this column has true value, this column will also have true value, and if false, then this column also false. Okay. So just I make you understand operation of or distributes over and with the help of this concept, we concluded that operation of union distributes over operation of intersection. We see some more things like this which will be beneficial in problems, proving some result without using Venn diagram. I have written some results. First, you are seeing x belongs to A minus B. In this result, if we say x belongs to A minus B, from definition it is obvious that this implies x belongs to A and x does not belong to B. Actually, this is the definition of A minus B. A minus B, when we were reading about this, we have seen that if x belongs to A minus B, so it means x should be in A but should not be in B. So mathematically, we can say x belongs to A minus B. This implies x belongs to A and x does not belong to B. In return, this implies also, if we say x does not belong to A and x belongs to A and x does not belong to A, so this implies in return x belongs to A minus B. Similarly, complementation, we have read about this. X belongs to A. This implies x does not belong to A complement. We can understand in A, if x lies in A, so then A complement exclude all the element of A. Therefore, x will not lie in A complement. And vice versa, if x does not belong to A complement, it means certainly that will lie in A. This one, x belongs to A union B. This implies x belongs to A or x belongs to B. Very simple. In return, if x belongs to A or x belongs to B, then x belongs to A union B. X belongs to A intersection B. This implies x belongs to A and x belongs to B. And in return, if x belongs to A and x belongs to B, then x belongs to A intersection B. Basically, we have to notice these two things which may be contradiction. Your brain may feel some contradiction about understanding this result. You are saying, I have written x does not belong to A union B. If x belongs to A union B, this implies x belongs to A or x belongs to B. But when we say x does not belong to A union B, so this implies x does not belong to A, and this union changes to and x does not belong to B. This is noticeable. You should note this. Or actually, I am not doing something different. Your brain think like this, but here may be some confusion in your brain. So just try to understand what I am telling. For example, let us consider I have a work which can be performed if x or y happens. It means either x happens or y happens, then our work will be finished, our work will be performed, our work will be done. Now consider if our work is not to be done, then what should be required? Then there should be such type of phenomena that neither x happens nor y happens, because either of these two, if either of these two happens, then that work will be performed. But I am saying work should not be performed, then certainly neither x happens, neither y happens. Literally, you know, in English, negation of either or is neither nor. Means neither this nor that. Means x lies neither in A and x lies neither in B. Both should happen. If any one happens, it means x does not belong to A or x does not belong to B. So this will be wrong. Understand? If Cx does not belong to A or x does not belong to B, it means when it will happen, x does not belong to A and x belongs to A. If this happens, then this statement is happening because x does not belong to A is correct. Therefore, one side of or is correct. Therefore, whatever be about right side, if this happens, then this happens. But do you think this is correct? If x does not belong to A, x belongs to B, then x does not belong to A union B, this will be wrong, because when we will take union, then due to this phenomena, x will lie is A union B, because x is present in B, and in union we write the elements which are present in either of the sets. Therefore, notice this, x does not belong to A union B, this implies x does not belong to A and x does not belong to B. Similarly, if x does not belong to A intersection B, so this implies x does not belong to A and not and or. Intersection changes into or. X does not belong to A or x does not belong to B. Again think, x does not belong to A intersection B, it means x is not in common in A and B. Obviously this will happen if x is not present in either of the two sets. See, this is the region of intersection. If x lies here, then we may say x does not belong to A intersection B. Why? Because x is in only A. But x belongs to A is happening. If x is here, then also this phenomena is happening. Why? Because this time x belongs to B, x does not belong to A. It means, take one more example. Let we have a work which will be done if x and y both happens. So for our work to be performed, both of x and y should happen. But for our work not happening of our work, either x does not happen or y does not happen. Either this does not or this does not. It means if at least one of x and y does not happen, then our work will not be performed. Okay, so these results you should understand very cleverly, and in writing language this should not commit any mistake regarding this result. Okay, just I will see a problem on this, and you will also solve some problems of your book like this without using Venn diagram. So next I am taking a problem. I have written the same question which I have done in previous video using Venn diagram. A minus B equals A intersection B complement. We have to show this apart from Venn diagram. First of all, we can understand that if we have to prove some set equal to some other set, then if we prove once A minus B is subset of A intersection B complement, and again A intersection B complement is a subset of A minus B. Understand? If we show that A is subset of B and B is subset of A, so from these two results we can conclude that these two results are possible only when A equals B. Because A is subset of B implies all the elements of A are also the elements of B, but this does not imply all the elements of B are also the element of A. But if we show that B is also a subset of A, then all elements of B are also the element of A. All elements of A are elements of B. All elements of B are elements of A. It means both are exactly same, means both are equal. Therefore, proving such type of result, just we will follow this approach. If we have to prove A minus B equals this, then once I have to prove A minus B subset of A intersection B complement, and again A intersection B complement is also a subset of A minus B. Now, to show that this is subset of this, we take any element x which belongs to A minus B, where x is any arbitrary element of A minus B. Now, if we prove that if x belongs to A minus B, then x will also belong to A intersection B complement, then it will be proved that any element of A minus B is also element of A intersection B complement. Now we try to understand x belongs to A minus B. This implies, just we have learned previously, x belongs to A minus B. This implies x belongs to A and x does not belong to B. This is just a definition of difference of two sets. Now this implies x belongs to A, and if this is written x does not belong to B, we can write this like x does not belong to B complement. Just we have seen. if x does not belong to B, this can be replaced by x does not belong to B complement. If x does not belong to B, then certainly x belongs to B complement. So x belongs to A and x belongs to B complement. Now remember the intersection. If we say x belongs to A and x belongs to B complement, it means x will belong to intersection of these two. Means x belongs to A intersection B complement. So thus, if x belongs to A minus B, then x also belongs to A intersection B complement. Therefore, we can claim A minus B is a subset of A intersection B complement. Okay, first part is done. Again, to show that A intersection B complement is also a subset of A minus B, we take any arbitrary element y belonging to A intersection B complement. This will imply x belongs to A for intersection and y belongs to B complement. Just we break the form of intersection. This implies x belongs to A and x belongs to B complement can be replaced by x does not belong to B. Obviously, if x belongs to B complement, then x does not belong to B. Both are same. Now, x belongs to A and x does not belong to B. We can conclude this implies, x belongs to A and x does not belong to B. This implies x belongs to A minus B. Actually, this is the definition of A minus B. So thus, if y, at all places I have taken y, therefore y. So we have seen that if y belongs to A intersection B complement, then y also belongs to A minus B. And therefore, A intersection B complement is also a subset of A minus B. Finally, from 1 and 2, this is subset of this and this is subset of this. In this is subset of this. So from 1 and 2, we can conclude A minus B is exactly equal to A intersection B complement. The same problem alternatively, we can reduce our writing by some steps. You understand vice versa. Just consider we have to prove once this is subset of this and this is subset of this. For this we have dealt separately. These two can be done simultaneously. Just try to understand what I am telling. Consider one person had to reach from here to here by stepping the stairs. Now the person has to prove that he can go from here to here and again can return from here to here by using these stairs. He can perform first, just he starts his journey from here and via this come here, and next he starts his journey from here and via this come back here. But let us think there may be one other way. Right from here he starts his journey and he come here and again come back to here. It means he has proved that he can come from here to here and come back from here to here. Next, he comes here to here and again come back here to here. Means till now he has proved that he can reach from here to via this here and again come back from here to here. In the same way, here to here, again here to here, here to here, here to here. In this process, actually he had proved that he can reach from here to here and again come back from here to here. Actually, like this way, let us think about this question. Here we have taken x belongs to A minus B. Obviously, this will imply x belongs to A and x does not belong to B. At the same time, try to understand if this statement is true, then this will be true or not. Obviously, x belongs to A and x does not belong to B. This will imply x belongs to A minus B. Actually, this is definition of A minus B, difference of sets. Therefore, Till now we have proved that if x belongs to this, then this statement is true, and if this statement is true, so in reverse this also true. Now this implies this, we have seen already in first method. Now try to understand if this statement is true, then whether this is true or not. Obviously x belongs to A and x belongs to B complement. To just receive definition, this will imply x belongs to A and x does not belong to B. If x belongs to B complement, it means x does not belong to B. Again, if this implies this, then what does it imply? X belongs to A intersection B complement. So this implies x belongs to A and x belongs to B complement. It means at the same time we have proved that if x belongs to this, then x belongs to A intersection B complement. Actually this forward arrow shows that x belongs to this, then x belongs to this, and backward arrows means vice versa. X belongs to this, this implies x belongs to this. It means simultaneously we have proved that if this is a subset of this, then in return this is also a subset of this. Therefore we have concluded these two results, and from 1 and 2 we can conclude this equals this, like first method. So therefore if we follow this type of language, then we can reduce our some steps in writing. Okay, in the next video I will do some more problems